Hey, what's going on, guys? NG here. Today we're going to be checking out Shadow and Bone Enter the Fold. We're going to be playing this game. Now, I have had to record the gameplay separately to the actual audio, so if I get some stuff wrong or you don't hear me say something in the video, that's probably why. So, yeah. So, Shadow and Bone Enter the Fold is obviously a game based on the Shadow and Bone TV show, and which is obviously based on a bunch of books. Brilliant little game. It's an RPG game, obviously over-the-top RPG, where you go on these, where basically you're exploring, and obviously you got to do different missions. So in this gameplay, I've done I think it's one mission, just to test the game, just to see how it plays, and obviously I hope you guys enjoy it. Obviously, please subscribe. Obviously, I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers. Any help is appreciated. But yeah, and it's weird because obviously in this game, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Although I do admit I would like there to be a bit more action and a little bit more or less like time events. Like a lot of the game is quick time events, which is kind of unfortunate. But hopefully we can see Netflix sort out with a follow up. Like maybe to make a second game and this not all just quick time events and things where you got to hope you get things right. Now also there's a bunch of mini games throughout this game which I think are pretty fun. Can't wait for everyone to check this game out. Obviously, if they haven't already checked it out, obviously if you have checked it out, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think? Do you like this game? Do you not like this game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So, right, obviously as you can see here, we've got my character. Obviously I'm playing as a general. I can't remember what his name is, but obviously throughout this game, obviously the prologue he plays as general characters, which obviously good little exercise to obviously get used to the mechanics, get used to what's going on, and obviously the story. And I know in the mission I did, I had to free a prisoner, so we're going to obviously witness that throughout this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it, because obviously that's what I'm here for. I'm here to obviously make content, make entertaining content, as well as report the news and all that good stuff. And obviously, as you can see, we've just reached a farmstead, which is obviously, this is an interesting one, because we have this whole conversation with a farm lady talking about her husband, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool game. I can't wait for people who obviously watching this to actually check this out. So please, obviously, if you're watching, check this game out. If you're a Netflix subscriber, obviously. So obviously, what's annoying is I can't actually read the text because the way my audio recording is sort of stood, I can't read half the text on the screen. So that's kind of annoying. But it's explaining about how the situations work, from what I can tell, and obviously how you got to react in certain ways, which good. We love RPGs that give you different ways of reacting to stuff. If you have an RPG and it's all the same way to react, not really the best. Games like Mass Effect, and Fallout 3 mastered this whole idea of the dialogue trees and having multiple different ways of obviously having the conversation and whatnot. And this is obviously. It's nice to have this in a game by someone like Netflix, because obviously Netflix is obviously kind of new to gaming still. Sure, they've made a few games, but they're still pretty new to gaming. And this game is actually made by Chimera Entertainment, who are behind Angry Birds Epic, which in my opinion is the best Angry Birds game. Okay, so the developer of this game behind the best Angry Birds game as well. So I gotta admit, I was quite hopeful when I saw this game. When I realised who made it, thought it was going to be pretty cool. Thought it was going to be pretty epic. Now obviously, we play the waiting game, and we see how other people think about this. Because obviously, I've not read any reviews. I've not written any reviews. I've not watched any reviews of this game. I don't tend to watch reviews of games. I don't tend to read reviews. I tend to just play games if I'm interested in the games, based on obviously what I know about the games. Whether it's something like, say, Cut the Rope Daily, which I actually did my own review on, and obviously I reviewed it, and that was kind of a weird thing, because I don't tend to review video games. At least not on Netflix Gamer. I've done it on my other channel, but on Netflix Gamer I tend to obviously try and keep it to gameplays and actually news stuff, as well as opinion pieces. But yeah, and obviously, not being funny, I hope everyone who's obviously watching this video, looking at the gameplay, looking at the story arc of it, and was like, oh, this looks really fun. Because this game can be pretty fun. There is a little mini game later on where you basically have to collect, I think it's soul stones sort of things, where it helps you power up your character's magic. I think that's a cool little feature, nice little inclusion. Whether or not you think it is a cool little inclusion, it's your choice. I'm not obviously here to tell you what you should or shouldn't be playing, what you can and can't enjoy. That's not who I am. That's not how I am as a person. But like I said, it's all your choice. But I do recommend checking this game out if you want a mobile game, a mobile RPG game that is free to you. If you're an Netflix subscriber, obviously, even if you pay like $5 a month, you can access this game. It's pretty impressive. It's obviously got good graphics. At least good graphics for a mobile game, in my opinion, because obviously mobile games don't tend to have the best graphics because they're a lot more casual. But it's got good looking graphics, in my opinion. Plus, it's obviously based on Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone is obviously a hugely successful show on Netflix. I remember seeing What's on Netflix talk about it recently, saying about how that we should have gotten a renewal announcement at Geek Week, because obviously Geek Week was a whole week, and Shadow and Bone End of the Fold dropped during that week, and we didn't actually get an update on season 3 of the show, or a spin-off, or anything like that, which is kind of annoying. If you're a fan of a property, I can understand why you'd be annoyed at it, because obviously you want to experience the fun games, you want to experience the joy, the entertainment, the fun, you know? And you didn't really get that with this. They didn't really announce anything. I don't really announce anything with Shadow and Bone, at least nothing I heard. And obviously I work for Cloud Distance News, covering Netflix game stuff, so I would have heard it, I would have seen it. You know, there's tons of stuff that would have been confirmed and should have been confirmed, but wasn't. So hopefully we get something from out of this soon. Hopefully we find out if we're getting a season 3 soon. So this is obviously the scene where the general is obviously getting I think it's like some healing tonic or something. Obviously I don't really pay attention to a lot of fantasy stuff, at least not stuff that's not set in modern fantasy. So when they hit all healing potion or this, I have no idea, because I prefer sci-fi. If I'm honest, I prefer sci-fi stuff. Sci-fi stuff's obviously my cup of tea. I know Rebel Moon was obviously shown on Sunday, Geek Week. I haven't seen the trailer. I need to see the trailer, because obviously I like me a bit of sci-fi. I think having a nice big sci-fi film's good, especially if you're trying to find something to relax, you want to get invested in the world and the characters. And I just realized I put that on the wrong. For those who don't know, I wear 2 rings. I'm not married. I'm too young to be married. I ain't getting married at 20. But basically, I always swap over for what fingers I have the rings on, and obviously I don't ever put one on middle fingers because they get stuck, and I just had one on middle finger, and it wasn't stuck, thankfully. So there is that. So obviously, as you can see, we've set up camp. We're having a campfire. The characters obviously foraging for food, looking for berries and whatnot. Obviously, stuff that is going to be edible. Stuff that you can obviously eat and not worry about dying. Because remember, back in I guess the sort of time period this is set in, you wouldn't really go out, or you kind of go out and forage for food, or you'd go and hunt. Obviously, you can't really do that nowadays, because if you do it nowadays, you're probably going to get poisoned. Straight up. We have all the technology, we know what's edible, we know what's not edible, we know all that stuff now. We don't need to know. We don't really need to obviously take that risk nowadays. Back in the day, though, if you was out on camping and whatnot, there were your options. You'd either go and hunt, or you would, use what's it called? You'd either go and hunt, or you'd go and obviously forage for food to find berries or whatever in the woods that you think you could eat. And obviously that's where you get the psychedelic mushrooms. Because who doesn't love taking some stucky mushrooms? I can think of some people, but yeah, no. But obviously this is the thing where we entered the camp, where this first army group is obviously hiding. So I don't know what they're doing really, because obviously what I know is up to this point in the game they set up camp here. So let's hope it's actually something good, because I don't even understand. Although I do have my character be quite a bit of a I would say a sort of anti-hero here. What he does is he sort of spits in the face of a general by killing his entire army. I'm saying that's why I think it's the sane reaction. Someone threatens you with a gun or start shooting you. You should obviously, destroy them. So basically with this mode here, I had no idea what I was doing, so I just kind of died. Because that's just how I am, if I don't know what I'm doing in a game, I'll just die. I'll die and try again. But obviously there's no retry with this mode, so you die, you're dead, and you're done. Which is kind of depressing, but also kind of cool, because it shows that you obviously need to learn the strategies like quickly. You need to know what you're doing like straight away, so you don't screw up. Which obviously that's nice, but it does also add a bit of challenge to a game. So you got to make sure that you don't screw everything up and you don't die and all that horrible stuff. Because obviously that's not fun. That's not fun at all. So obviously we've reached a bit obviously where we're going to argue with the sergeant. This is my favourite bit, because obviously the way this general that I'm playing as, he comes off towards the sergeant, it's just, I find it so funny. He's arrogant, he's cocky, he plays quite evil, to be honest. He's mocking the fact that he just had all of this guy's men slaughtered. I think that's kind of ironic. I did make a joke saying that this guy looks like Joseph Stalin. So there is that, because obviously he looks like your stereotypical like Russian guy in every like movie and show, you with a fur hat and the big coat. Like, that's not me trying to be offensive, but that's just, like, he just looks like a stereotype. So obviously this means obviously the video is going to end soon, because obviously the video is like 16 minutes long. I could cut so much stuff out of it, but I can't be arsed. I've already had to cut out the screen recording images, and obviously we had to redo the audio. So hopefully when this video is live, people will actually enjoy it, because I do enjoy making a lot of the content I make. But hopefully we can see people actually enjoy this and they like it and they talk about the game, and yeah. Thing is, with this game there's a lot of talking, and I mean there's like a lot of talking, so I kind of got to admit, I do kind of feel like it's a bit awkward, because obviously it, like, so much of the game is just talking. People will say, oh, it's a role-playing game, it's an RPG, it's going to be a lot of talking. Yeah, but there's barely any action, and obviously here we're going to the cage, and we have this woman who have a name I cannot pronounce because it starts with a U and has a W in it, which I think is kind of funny, because obviously I can't pronounce this woman's name at all. I think it's Usagi or something, Uguami or something. I have no idea. No, I don't follow a lot of fantasy stuff, because I can't pronounce half the names of the characters as well. That doesn't really help. Like, with a lot of sci-fi stuff, it's like basic human names, or it's names that sound like very easy to pronounce, like something like Chewbacca from Star Wars, or you have R2-D2, or you have Anakin, which sounds human. I don't think that even is a real name. Or Padme, which I don't think that's a real name either. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. But then with fantasy stuff, you get characters with names where they don't even sound real. And there's obviously that mini game I was mentioned, where obviously you got to like sort of like go around and collect the gems and whatnot, and then you need to use the gems obviously help make yourself more powerful to unlock what you're doing. Obviously I struggled at first, because obviously no idea what I was doing. I just started driving over purple gems, and that's what I did, and suddenly I won, and I saved this character, and we did it. Obviously though, it's just like, this game feels like it's an RPG, but there's like so many mini games in it. It feels very similar to a like Bethesda title to me in some regards, because whilst it's not the 3D action like adventure sort of RPG we're used to, that's kind of what we got. But it's more like top down 2D 2.5D actually, really. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. And to be honest, I can't really wait. I can't wait for when the cloud gaming aspect is fully rolled out by Netflix. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it, because I think it's going to be really cool to have just all these games available via the cloud on Netflix to everyone's fingertips around the world. especially with the first party Netflix games. Like they have so many games they could use, so many, and I can't wait for it. So obviously, here's obviously the part where obviously they start negotiating, and they go to like something called, I think it's like a dean or Arnadine or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very good with these fantasy names. And he basically, and obviously the general I'm playing as, basically promises this Usagi girl that she could obviously destroy the campus she wants to. Which I think it's pretty cool. That it shows that he's trying to be nice, but he's also pretty evil. He's also got like an evil streak to him, which is good, because so many characters in a lot of like content, like films, shows, games, they're so cookie cutter. They're either good or evil. It's nice to have a bad guy do good things and a good guy do bad things. For obviously the moral reason, because obviously you've got a moral implications. Obviously they're not actually doing them for the right reasons, or they're not doing them for the wrong reasons, in some regards. So there is that. But yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope obviously you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, turn notifications. I've been NG, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.